So
Actually, there should be no difficulty whatsoever because the present system is that political parties have to indicate their sources of income. The only difference will be that the candidates will be required to do so also. So there should be no difficulty whatsoever. As far as political will is concerned, if the political parties are already obliged to do it, then what is the difference between the political party and the candidate? He should also do it.
okay. So you have already asked. Yes, ma'am. No.
I'm Poonam Mutreja from MacArthur Foundation. Two issues that have come out in conversation with the panel. One is the financing by the corporate sector in black money of political parties, and the second, the financing through that money of journalists to cover candidates. So may I ask a question of the moderator, one question of the moderator, as well as, you know,
I'm not the only journalist here.
we have Mr. Arun Shourie, who left as journalist, defining memories of fighting corruption in political parties and campaigns, campaign financing too. So it would be nice for the two of you to respond. And to the, we also have Mr. Nandan Nilekani from Infosys here, who it would be terrific to have him talk about how we can bring in reforms in financing in the corporate sector.
No, the fact that journalists can be
What
bought.
do we do? Well, first of all,
No, I have absolutely no answer.
Ask my question. I'm sorry, I didn't clarify my question. Three questions. Who will hold the journalists accountable? Will the politicians do it? Civil society? And will the political parties be willing to speak out on this issue in greater detail so that the country can respond? We are only hitting on the politicians and criticizing the politicians right now. It's a good time to look at what else contributes to our insecurity and corruption.
Ma'am, on the question, captain checked by the editors, and the editor is corrupt, then theoretically you can say, you can go to the press council. We all know, apologies to the press council. Press council is not the most effective or fearful body. So there is no answer as far as I can see, except if I would be happy, I think most journalists would be happy if political parties once turn around and expose journalists, whether in big cities or in small cities, who ask for money. And I think we should make an example out of them, and we will certainly report it. So,
be enough pressure. Everybody is agreed that there won't be enough pressure or inducement for political parties or candidates to be completely truthful or candid. Therefore, can we turn the question around? Why not have transparency from those who contribute black money? For instance, we can have a movement among shareholders. Just to give one example, have a movement among shareholders. They should pass resolutions in their AGMs saying that, yes, we know our company will give money to the political party, but if it gives even 1 rupee to a political party that has a single person who has a criminal background as a candidate, then our directors will lose their jobs. Some transparency like that. Similarly, Sunil's very excellent suggestion about random checks. Sir, that's true. The Chief Election Commissioner has told us how much work already the Election Commission is doing, but the best agency to do it actually is the random selection of constituencies and the newspapers with their enormous resources actually trying to tabulate the type of expenditure, the kitni vehicles chal rahi thi, kitne posters hue, was liquor distributed or not. And once those reports are published, probably, as the Chief Election Commissioner said, the rival candidates using those reports will then be able to go forward, go to the Election Commission, go to the courts, file election petitions. So probably the rest of us who feel agitated, rather than appealing to the man whom we say is actually the thief.
thank you.
I'm KB Kothari from Rajasthan Patrika in Jaipur. Just following Mr. Arun Shourie's suggestion, I think the elections are getting, at least in urban areas, more sophisticated and professionalized. For example, recently several of the candidates in Rajasthan and urban India, urban Rajasthan, have hired event management companies to really conduct their campaign, and also chartered accountants to maintain their expenditures. I think that this is sophistication on one side. We need to bring in the civil society. I think civil society in form of organizing very dynamic process of social audit. I think if we can really allow that kind of thing to emerge in elections, I think we need for
You are asking whether we should have, let's say,
social
simply
audit.
put, NGOs involved in the auditing process? Would you like to respond to that?
I don't know if NGOs in the auditing process, there are legitimate bodies like the income tax authorities and others who could do so, but there can certainly be NGOs who are more proactive during elections to across the board check how people are conducting those elections. They should not be partisan. It should be clearly those kind of bodies which can encourage people to vote as well as encourage people to be more vigilant about how expenditure is
Sir, would you
made.
like to respond to that?
No, anybody who wants to do it, I mean, even now he can do it in the sense that, you see, the accounts should be made available by the DEO within 30 days of, the candidate has to file it within 30 days, and immediately the DEO is supposed to put it out in his office. Now we are going to add that we will also give information that these are the videos which are available about the candidate whom we have trailed. So all this is available. Any NGO can take it, study it, and if he finds that there is discrepancy, tell one of the defeated candidates saying, all right, now you go and file the case before the thing for unseating the winning candidate. But unfortunately, the law is also to be changed to the extent that this can be filed against a defeated candidate also. Today, it goes only against the winning candidate, but there should be some provision that against a defeated candidate for exceeding the campaign finance limits, cases can be filed.
Okay.
But even now it can be done.
Mr. Shwed, I'll just come to you. There's a gentleman waiting. Pardon?